SEMIO is a nonprofit organization located here in Rochester. We cover all of southeastern Minnesota, and we have 3 different orchestras and ensembles for kids in grades 3 through 12. This is SEMIO's 36th season here in Rochester. We were striving to add to our programming this year, and to increase this year was our sectional opportunities. So we bring in some outside people. We've had Ben Perro with us this year as a brass and woodwinds coach, so he's been coming to us regularly to work with those students.
I work with students at rehearsals for a limited amount of time. During that rehearsal, students will break out into smaller groups based on their instrument family, like all the flutes, oboes, clarinets. Bassoons will be with the woodwinds. Trumpets, horns, trombones, tubas, they would be the brass family, so I would rehearse maybe the woodwinds one day or maybe the brass another day in each of the ensembles.
Well, the sectionals benefit the entire orchestra by making sure each individual section within the orchestra is refined to its best point. If all the horns, for example, know specifically how their parts fit in with each other and can be actively helping each other and be knowledgeable of where each other come in, they become a model for everyone else to do the same, in that they'll hear that the horns are playing correctly and are in sync with each other, and that will then lead to them being in sync with the horns.
The sectionals allow us to break down the pieces into our own individual groups that allow us to look at smaller details, which when we end up going back together makes the pieces sound even better.
Being in SEMIO has given me an opportunity to play with a full orchestra with a lot of other musicians who are just as skilled and as dedicated to music as I am. So playing in SEMIO has given me an opportunity to play with a lot of other skilled musicians and to play music which I really do love, which is orchestral music, which I wouldn't get an opportunity to play otherwise.
We've been very appreciative this last year of the Dancing for the Arts money that we've received, and being able to offer these sectional opportunities to our students. It gives them time to really play together and to grow as a small section within their orchestra.
The Youth Arts Con 16 is a gathering of students from throughout our region who've all come together here at the Civic Theater to talk about why the arts are important to them, to their communities, and indeed, as they've been sharing with me today, to the world at large.
I wanted to come to the Youth Arts Congress because I thought it was a great idea to advocate for the arts and let it be known that the arts are important just as sports are important and as any other extracurricular activity.
I think it's so wonderful to have all these young people here because they are the ones who are going to be making decisions for what happens in the future. These are young people today who are so excited to be heard, and we need to listen to these young people.
I first wanted to come to the Youth Arts Con because I heard that it was a great opportunity to just recognize other people's talents in acting and singing and dance, which is what I love to do.
I think I jumped at the opportunity to be a part of this because I was so interested in meeting other students who are artistic like me and just get to know other people from surrounding towns who were a part of the arts and see what it's like, as well as notice if there was any kind of similar problems faced in schools with maybe more of a cut in the art programs that we're trying to prevent.
The students are growing ever clearer about the importance of the arts in their lives and in their communities.
One thing that we talked about was changing the STEM, science, technology, engineering and mathematics to STEAM, so we'd add arts in. And some kids already have programs at their school with STEAM, and so hopefully we'll inspire our district to include that in our curriculum, and we'll just have a bunch of new ideas for how we can inspire students at our schools to get involved in the arts, because it's so important.
I'm mainly a theater and singing background, and I'm very passionate about that and how it's changed my life and how I've created some of the best friendships and relationships through that. It's very influential in the young lives of students that are growing up in today's society.
There's a lot of good communication here and really open communication, and everybody's open to hearing each other. It's just been a really neat interaction with everybody I've met so far.
You guys in America have a lot of stuff connected with schools. In my country, when you want to get involved, you gotta reach outside of school.
This Arts Congress is envisioned to be an annual or perhaps semi-annual event that will continue to grow. We have over 200 students here this year, and this is our first ever. We see this expanding year after year and becoming indeed not only a statewide conference, but perhaps even a multi-state gathering of students who work in the arts. Without the Dancing for the Arts grant and support, we would not have been able to welcome 200 students.